needs to be made or a spark needs to happen. And, I think I have all the ability between arm and legs to be able to make it happen. And so whatever comes available first, whether it's a run or whether it's a pass, I feel that I'm there to, help out and try and help the team win and stay on track or create a spark.
Caleb, your numbers, your production in the last 5 minutes of games is among the best in the league. The other 55 minutes is not where we want it to be. Respectfully, just to try to understand better, why can't you do that all the time? Why can't you play like the last 5 minutes? So what can you take from that and extrapolate to the entirety of the game?
I don't know. I think that's something that
from Acrisure Stadium.
Get down, and I think it's not only just from my side of it, it's just everybody understanding we can't be an offense, and we can score fast, we can march down and score.
The kicker Chris Boswell has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
I think there's times where we can just be better overall. And then, towards the end of the game, it's time to go in the game. And, you just kind of get into that mode. And like I've said before,
they'll bring a receiver in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams...
Down the numbers! There he goes! He's still on his feet. He may go! And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there. 79 yards. And the Bengals go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead.
Maybe a little faster, a little more decisive.
Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because... whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
Get more decisive.
Cordell Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
You check down, so turning, very possible play with your legs or whatever. For example, I'm thinking of like your 29-yard scramble down to the 1-yard line. It looked like your check down may have been open. I'm just curious, how is that viewed in the quarterback room with your coaches when you guys are reviewing that? Is that a positive play? Is that a negative play? Because obviously it still turned into something really good in the end.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
Running left, it's Warren. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Take off and try and make a play for the team in that moment.
Some of those opportunities you had to run, like your rushing touchdowns, stuff like that, how many of those are actually built in?
And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first.
There are many design runs.
11 yards that time and a new set it down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
When the time comes that they open up a gap or there's space available for me. I understand that relays can be a smart
What's up past the 45 before being tackled? Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route with plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now a run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job And then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
To be an athlete, to be
on the give, it's Warren.
To try to be a star.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs. They're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for. Right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting the tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
That's really important.
A handoff for Warren.
I wouldn't necessarily say
and he'll take this one down to the 36. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
We make sure that we take care of ourselves, whether it's
from the gun, it's Rodgers.
Things like that. So
nowhere to go. Here he lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. Look at the big man rumble. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is. Just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on first down.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Flacco. That is caught at the 7. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. First catch of the game by Higgins, and he's got his guys a first down. P-Ryan. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. This is caught, and they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much right after the catch.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll go to P-Ryan, trying to pound it in. And he is in. Touchdown.
That's why they get paid the big bucks up there.
Samaje P-Ryan
for those
punching it in from a yard away.
Situations where,
and the Bengals are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
And to a game, and it's good as
extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that'll make the score 14-0.
It's something that I think we've done better
5 plays there on that drive, and it's capped off by a touchdown run from Samaje P-Ryan.
Adjusting and having answers
from his end zone. Here comes Patterson, and the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
God damn, bro!
And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown.
Go against a
Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
The last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
So, this is always a fun game, going versus, Flo and his defense and, all his,
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
It's always fun.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Rodgers now on first down. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And they'll be left with second and a couple. They'll run it. Warren. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Flush to his right. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 40 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline. But here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
Warren will try the right side. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
From the 22 now, here's second down and 8. Here's Warren. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 15-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. To throw, it's Rodgers. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. DK Metcalf, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers get a bit closer.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score already down 20.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
This 2nd and 4. They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. Over the middle here to Brown. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. Flacco looks to throw.
There we go.
Batted at the line and intercepted. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
It's really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Now Roman Warren able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
And the Steelers are going to have a first and goal. It's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Here's Rodgers. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Joe Smith, a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Steelers are back within a score.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Boswell for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was Jonnu Smith, the big tight end, who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Setting up to throw, Flacco. And that is incomplete.
Almost stop.
A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now Flacco. He finds his man. Complete. That's Moss. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. The Bengals bring out their punter now.
Deep to return is Scotty Miller.
And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's complete. It's Miller.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down.
Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
On the run, it's Warren.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
Zachary Carter there, the one to make the tackle. 2nd and 9.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, that one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Throwing is Rodgers. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. Here's Presley Harvin now. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Third down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Rodgers changing the play, it appears.
Hold on.
Rodgers looking to throw on second down. Toward the end zone.
You gotta be fucking kidding me, bro.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. Rodgers now on third and goal. Got his man, it's Warren. So no gain on the play, and that's going to bring up the fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Boswell's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So golden field position there is squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
I gotta let January.
Since the offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive. He's got him in. Complete.
Why the fuck is the defensive end guarding him?
But not before he gets inside the 35. A big play there for Cincinnati. 41 yards.
Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. He delivers a big play here for this offense.
First and 10 here for Flacco.
Oh, my God. There we go.
And it looks like Steeler football. It is. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so, and there's your end result right there.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at him, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Rodgers going to throw. Bryant has it. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first and 10, it's Gainwell. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On third down, it's Warren, and he will have the first down as he's brought down near midfield. Given 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on first and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers going for Metcalf on the deep, and this is caught and in for the Steelers touchdown. Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes, and the Steelers have taken the lead. Only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Boswell good with the extra point. And that gives him a 3-point lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They look to throw on first and 10 with Flacco. And a fine chase on the right side complete.
How do we get that many yards?
Out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 5. Draw play for Brown.
Oh, good play, bro. That's a good. Oh my God, he got me with that. That was
9 yards
crazy.
to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They go right back to the ground here in Brown. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And right side, they're going to go option here. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers. Now he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. but an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take the blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down.
I think they put together a job description for a middle linebacker. We would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. On second down, Gainwell looking for space. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. Man, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. It's caught. It's Miller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him the first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On play action, Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And he will be out of bounds, but there is a flag down. I suspect this might not be a legal pass. He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose it down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do.
Yeah, Mama need to have better awareness.
Or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
Straight ahead, it's Gainwell.
Come on.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time. And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. 2 touchdowns for him already in this first half. This one good for a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone? Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Rolling to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Now it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. He hit his first, this one from 38. Boswell's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Flacco. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down. Flacco fakes the give. Sets to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Rodgers to throw on second down. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 3rd down and 1. To throw is Rodgers. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shot the D and rip off a pretty big play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Rodgers again now. That going to be caught downfield by Miller. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now stands at 13. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Bengal offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll make it second down. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime. Getting through the break at record pace and right back to football. Third quarter, here we go. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter.
Oh, I got Jalen Ramsey. I don't even got him at safety.
DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Good job.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. They've got the lead early here.
You got the lead, man. You can take your time.
They established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they're leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Rodgers now to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And they'll get this down to the 48.
Oh, man, let's ball out, man.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Rodgers' throw caught here by Metcalf. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Man open downfield, it's Metcalf. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now a handoff up the middle. Warren. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 2nd down, it's Warren. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
First stuff I take you on the trip down memory lane.
On play action, now Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game because there's a sign of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. Flushed out, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Trey Hendrickson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's Flacco. Open man is Chase, complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Here's Flacco. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Once more, it's Flacco. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Steelers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
And brought down before reaching the 45-yard line. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Looking to throw. Rodgers. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Here's a screen with Gainwell. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 82 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
A gain of 3, second down. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet. We've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a great job on special teams to down him, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They start on the ground with P-Ryan. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
Who the fuck?
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. From the gun, Flacco. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Should have been 3 of them things.
Flacco. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Flacco.
Oh, good catch, Lamar.
Man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
On first and 10, here's Brown. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Down left side on the swing pass. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it brings up third and 5 now.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
And he'll go down, and that will
Balls up, fourth quarter.
The third quarter of action. It'll be first and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Passing play, Flacco. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bengals go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
It's complete, and they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. The second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general and the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. High school coach used to say that all the time. Lanny, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 for a Bengals TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on first down? And he's going to be sacked. They came after him. He couldn't get away. And this remains a 2-point game. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Their lead is hanging by a thread after that pick-6, but look, they're still in the driver's seat. Now the question, how aggressive will they be on this drive? Time to find out. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
God damn, bro.
He releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he's going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Steelers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So
there he goes, right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Scotty Myrtle with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Rodgers will throw for it. It's caught at the 1. And he finds his way into the end zone as the lead moves to 10. So they try to make it a two-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A two-score game in this situation, they got to feel much better about where they are.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Now a dump off here complete. Fighting down. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown Bengals. Chase Brown, 75 yards. And the Bengals have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. McPherson on for the point after. And the lead is down to a field goal now. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And the Steelers set to take the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 down at the 39. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
But how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. First and 10, it's Patterson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive game. Just keep that clock ticking.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
Who is this dude?
And it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Setting up to throw Flacco. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage.
Ball should really have like 4 interceptions.
Second down. Now Flacco. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. They go pass again with Flacco.
Yes.
Incomplete.
Good job, man. What a game.
Play except the conclusion. He dropped it. And en route, going into a little bit of traffic, maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. A pretty good return, all things considered, but hold it.
I agree with you totally. It's actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll get it out to midfield.
Damn, I missed about 1 yard.
Midfield at the 50. 99 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game will breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Over the middle.
He the only motherfucker going to be open.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36. His big
never played this well.
Just keeps getting bigger. He's over 200 yards now in the afternoon.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 36. On the give, it's Warren. And
this is unbelievable, bro.
Maybe a yard.
They don't want this man to get 100 rushing yards.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing the...
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a full
ain't no question he got it now.
Finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one, 28 yards on the ground. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Here's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got a much more play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
I literally...
thought he was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. Skoranek, the man in motion. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. On play action, it's Rodgers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! Ben Skoranek, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. And that's certainly an important touchdown there and makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Boswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals set to take over. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And they'll begin here with a run by Brown.
So y'all niggas
going to get this
run.
one across the 35. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
I got 3 timeouts. They get any field goal or touchdown. They still in good standing.
Flacco. Now a short one to get. And he lost the football. But
that is fake as hell.
Able to recover his own
Oh my God, yo.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. A little bit deflated. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity. And we're definitely getting towards the point of the game where not getting a lot of yards is secondary to keeping the clock moving. I mean, to me, that's a double win defensively. Short gain and some more time off the clock.
Well, the noise got to be an issue now offensively. Here's 3rd and 6. Flacco. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Steelers will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the 4th. I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
Yeah, I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock, look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
Got his man, it's Warren. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Handoff for Warren. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll run it. Warren. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Warren. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
3rd and 2. Rodgers to throw. And he is going to have a Steeler first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second, third levels, you can see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. It happened in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
They'll do it.
What year was that? 1978. I think it was in November.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
It's your girl, Briefkey, and I just jumped out the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard. Take me through there, take me through there.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here.
One of the things students love about culinary school.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.
Steve did attempt and wanted to mentor Merlin, wanted to help him, wanted to help he could see that he was an intense young man and just wanted to and he knew how talented he was, and he knew that if he could focus his talents and his energy, how far he could have gone, how successful he could have been. Like I think that is where I think that's the precious thing. That was really where that energy was coming from with Steve. And Steve's an incredibly smart man. And when he saw that in Merlin, and when he attempted to help him and attempted to sort of, I don't know, maybe help the young man mature a little bit in the way that he carried himself and the way he presented himself. But Merlin had no interest in that whatsoever. Maybe if Merlin had gotten older and Steve and Merlin had maintained their relationship, that Steve and Merlin could have had that mentor relationship. Because I definitely know Steve wanted to do it, and I tell you what, Merlin could have used it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think Steve was wrong. I don't think Steve was wrong or misdirected for trying to help him at all. But like I said before, when you cross Steve, when Merlin just sort of was like, yeah, nah. I don't want your advice. I don't want to wear the clothes. I don't want to dress that way. I don't want to carry myself that way. You know, Steve said, I mean, That's the wrong choice of words. But he just, I think he probably stopped putting out that energy. Stop the effort that he put in to trying to help him definitely decreased. You know, he's not gonna do that. I just want to be very careful that I don't say anything that disrespects anybody that I work with, because those are people that I consider family, and I know that if any of us could have done anything to help him to see him, so we could see him tomorrow, anybody would have done it. But we were all hoping that Steve could get to him. At the time that Steve was trying to do that, it was a very small period of time, because Steve's not going to be, he's only going to put his hand out for so long. If you don't receive the gifts, if you don't see what the man's offering you, he's not going to keep, the hand isn't just going to stay out there. I mean, I've experienced that in my own life. People have tried to help me. People have tried to be there for me, and I don't even see the hand. And then that hand's good. By the time you can see it, it's gone. And he had a crew. Merlin had a crew. Merlin kept a crew around him. Good dudes, too. I liked him. I liked all of his friends a lot. I knew his New York. I mean, I didn't know him, but we used to talk about, Merlin and I would talk about New York all the time. You know, because we both had a New York. That was sort of one of the reasons why in New York, I mean, a lot of places, one of the reasons why I took the job on that show was because I wanted an opportunity to play the character without being a white guy pretending to be a black guy. Because that was never something that I just was not my style. And I saw the character as a guy who grew up in that neighborhood. He fits in. He doesn't have to act like anybody. He can act like himself. He fits in because he's from there.
So let me ask you this. At any point, did you try to talk to him?
I did give him some advice, but he didn't take my advice. Merlin, I would try to tell him to calm down. He would laugh it off like it was no big